Hello PokeMoshPit, my name is Biolizard1 and after a while I'm going to bring you another Wi-Fi battle for this PokeMoshPit channel. And this is an overused match against the guy I met at the Smogon forums. His name is Paradox and here we go with the battle. He starts off with a Tyranitar and I start off with my Crustle. And Tyranitar, I predicted him to go for the Stealth Rock's first turn because that is basically the first move anyone goes for. Set up entry hazards as fast as possible so that Pokemon that are weak to it or wear a Focus Sash or have the sturdy ability get wrecked. So that was a great move for him, but I predict that go for next scissor straight off the bat, knowing that I can 2-hit KO him if I get maximum damage. And I know he doesn't want to lose his Tyranitar this early in the game because he doesn't want to risk maximum damage, so he switches out into Cresselia. And I know Cresselia is just a monster in the defensive and special defensive statistic pool, so I know that even with an X-Scissor, which is stab on my Crustle, I'm not going to take him down in ages. So he sets up a Reflect after paralyzing me with a Thunder Wave, so I'm like, hey, Sandstorm is up, which means that my Crustle is like in good condition, doesn't take any damage from this sandstorm, so I'm just gonna sit here, relax, set up some entry hazards, set up some set up some spikes, and he switches out into his Rotom Wash. And yeah, I was either predicting Rotom Wash to go for the Volt Switch or the Hydro Pump. So I just switch into my Ferrothorn, and I have a nice prediction here. He goes for an Hydro Pump, and since my Ferrothorn is part grass, it's not going to hurt him that much. And he's going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, and that kind of surprised me because I didn't see any leftovers or Life Orb damage on this Rotom. So I thought that he would be like choiced and switch out. But unfortunately for me, he isn't. He has an item that I don't know yet, and I'm actually using my Choice Banded Ferrothorn in this match, and even with the burn condition, it still manages to 2-hit KO him. So if that isn't the reason for you guys to try out the Choice Banded Ferrothorn, then I don't know. So he switches out into Cresselia, and since Cresselia can wall me the entire day, I'm just going to switch out. And I'm going to go into Vaporeon, knowing that with his nice defense and special defense statistics, is going to be able to take any move coming from this Cresselia. So knowing that my Vaporeon can wall this Cresselia and knowing that Cresselia can kind of wall this Vaporeon, I'm just going to sit in here. I'm going to go for a Boiling Water straight off the bat because it's kind of obvious. With Boiling Water, I obviously mean Scald, because it is kind of obvious that Jolteon goes for the Wish every time. So I thought he'd predict that, so I just immediately went for the Scald, and Scald is going to kill off this Tyranitar, which is awesome for me. Now he switches into his what's it called, Gliscor, and I think he predicted me to switch out or something like that, or maybe that I predicted him to go for a Swords Dance. I don't know what he was predicting there, but I just go for the Wish, and Wish is just great for me because now I'm just going to be able to either go for a Scald or go for my Roar to get some more damage on any Pokemon that comes in. So he's going to go for a Toxic on me, and I thought that when he went for the Protect that this would be a Poison Heal Gliscor, but that was not the case, so that kind of got me puzzled though. But he switches into his Get Wrecked, and I'm like, I'm not going to get wrecked, man, and I'm just going to switch out because I don't want to get wrecked, obviously, and switch into my perfect counter for that guy, and that is my Gliscor. Even though he switches out into his own Gliscor, I'm not fearing anything because my Gliscor has some defense investment and it has Poison Heal, which makes him heal up really fast, and I have the Swords Dance. So that kind of means that I'm in the upper position here because after one Swords Dance, I'm going to be able to one-hit KO him with an Ice Fang. At least that's what I thought. So let's check if it is going to be able to one-hit KO him. I see the bar going down and I get him to kill him down, but unfortunately for him that was a critical hit, so I'm not sure if that mattered. It might have, but seeing that his Ice Fang without any Swords Dance investment did about 40%, it might have mattered if I got minimum damage. So he switches back into Crest, knowing that I can definitely outspeed the Crest. I'm gonna go for a Taunt, so it won't be able to Reflect or Moonlight me, So that's just awesome. I'm going to go for a Thunder Fang, just seeing how much it would do. And the only thing Crest can do to me now is try to get some damage on me with Psychic. And I'm going to take that into my advantage, knowing that if he won't switch out his Cresselia, then he's definitely going to go for another Psychic. So that means that when I switch into my Tyranitar, because it's dark, it's going to not be affected by Psychic at all. So that's just awesome. Unfortunately for me, the taunt wears off this turn because in this 5th generation, taunt only works for like 3 turns. So that's kind of unfortunate for me because now he's going to be able to paralyze my Tyranitar. But on the other hand, it doesn't matter at all because this Tyranitar is a Tyrannoboa and it doesn't really have a speed investment. So I'm going to go for a Crunch. Crunch is going to get the defense drop, which is just fabulous for me because even after a Moonlight, I know that the super effective Crunch stab coming from my Tyranitar is going to kill him at that amount of hit points. So things are looking very good for me. He's going to get back into his Terrakion, his get wrecked, and he has the balloon, so that kind of means that I don't have anything to deal with it. And I thought that he would go for the close combat directly, but he makes an awesome prediction, goes for a substitute, which kind of brings me in a bad position. And at this point of the match, I totally forgot about the balloon, and I went for a Bulldozer because it would have been super effective damage on him. But I should have gone for the Gyro Ball there, maybe take out the substitute, because now the only thing I can hope for is that one Stone Edge coming from the Terrakion will be able to finish me off so that I can roar him out and get rid of the substitute. And I do live with 26 HP, roar him out into his Excadrill, which also has an air balloon. But the Sandstorm and Toxic, in this case only, Sandstorm is going to finish me off. So what I'm going to do now is switch into my Gliscor, knowing that I have to break this balloon, otherwise I'm done for. So I'm just going to go for Ice Fang. Ice Fang is going to hit, luckily for me. In addition, I'm not going to get a flinch from his Rock Slide, so that's awesome as well. And here I was debating if I'd either go for the Swords Dance or for an Earthquake, because he could have easily switched out into his Terrakion, dodging my obvious Earthquake, but he doesn't. He stays in, maybe expecting my Ice Fang to miss, or maybe a switch on my part, I don't know. But things are looking fabulous for me now, because the only thing I have to do now is see that I can hit this Terrakion with an Ice Fang so that his air balloon gets down, and I just have to hope that he doesn't get a crit, and I have to hope that yeah, Ice Fang doesn't miss. So I'm just gonna go for a taunt straight off the bat because I don't want him to set up substitutes at all. Now he goes for another Stone Edge, still doesn't get a miss, still doesn't get a crit, which is fine by me. And yeah, that is just going to be awesome because in the next move he's going to miss Stone Edge and I'm going to finish him off with an Earthquake. So I hope you guys enjoyed this match. I sure did. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the PokeMoshPit, and maybe check out my personal channel. I hope to see you guys very soon, and bye bye.